Hey there, my amazing viewers. You know that feeling when you check your bank account and see an unexpected deposit? Well, what if I told you that millions of Americans, especially seniors and those receiving disability benefits, might soon experience exactly that but multiplied several times over? I'm talking about a potential game-changing financial boost that could put $1,400 in your pocket, plus an additional $200 every single month. But here's the catch, and this is what most people don't realize: time might be running out to secure your spot in this program. In the next few minutes, I'm going to break down everything you need to know about this critical update, including some lesser-known details that could make the difference between qualifying or missing out entirely. And trust me, you won't want to miss what I'm about to reveal about the new eligibility requirements that many news outlets aren't talking about. Before we dive deep into these life-changing details, take a quick second to hit that subscribe button and tap the notification bell. Now, let's get to what you've been waiting for. The $1,400 stimulus payment we're discussing isn't your typical stimulus check. It's actually part of a targeted relief package specifically designed for Social Security recipients, including SSDI, SSI, and retirement beneficiaries. What makes this particular payment special is its connection to the recent inflation adjustments and cost of living increases that have been hitting seniors and disabled Americans particularly hard. Think about it: when was the last time you went grocery shopping and didn't experience sticker shock? The government has finally recognized that standard benefit adjustments simply aren't keeping pace with real-world inflation, especially for those living on fixed incomes. This is where the additional $200 monthly boost comes into play. It's designed to bridge that gap and provide meaningful, ongoing support rather than just a one-time band-aid solution. But here's something crucial you need to understand: the qualification process for these payments isn't as straightforward as previous stimulus programs. Your eligibility depends on several factors, and this is where many people make mistakes that could cost them thousands of dollars. For instance, did you know that your 2024 benefit amount could actually impact whether you qualify for the full $1,400 payment? And there's an important income threshold that, if exceeded even by a small amount, could reduce or eliminate your eligibility entirely. Let me break down the numbers for you, because this is where things get interesting. The basic qualification starts with receiving Social Security benefits, whether that's retirement, disability, or SSI. But here's what many people don't realize: the payment amount isn't just based on your benefit level. The government is looking at your adjusted gross income from your most recent tax return, and there's a specific sweet spot you need to hit. For single filers, the income threshold starts at $75,000, while married couples filing jointly need to be under $150,000. But don't stop watching if you're above these numbers, because there's a gradual phase-out system that might still qualify you for a partial payment. And here's something even more important: there are certain types of income that don't count toward these thresholds, which could mean you qualify even if you initially thought you wouldn't. Now, let's talk about that monthly $200 boost, because this is where things get really interesting. This additional payment is part of a separate initiative specifically targeted at helping beneficiaries cope with rising Medicare costs and everyday expenses. But here's the thing: it's not automatic. There are specific steps you need to take to ensure you're registered for this increase, and missing any one of them could mean leaving money on the table. You might be wondering why these changes are happening now, and that's actually a fascinating story. It all ties back to recent congressional negotiations and some surprising data about how inflation is affecting different demographic groups differently. Studies have shown that seniors and disabled individuals actually experience a higher rate of inflation than the general population, primarily due to their specific spending patterns on healthcare and essential services. Let me share something that might surprise you: the average senior spends nearly 3 times as much on healthcare as a working-age adult. And with medical costs rising faster than general inflation, the standard cost of living adjustments haven't been keeping pace with real-world expenses. This new package is designed to address that specific disparity, but it's also created some confusion about who qualifies and how to apply. Here's where you need to pay close attention, because this next part could save you from making a costly mistake. The application process for these benefits isn't uniform across all states. Depending on where you live, you might need to take additional steps or provide extra documentation. Some states have implemented their own supplemental programs on top of the federal benefits, which could mean even more money in your pocket, but only if you know how to access these programs. I've been getting a lot of questions in the comments about timing, and it's a crucial point we need to discuss. While the initial rollout of these payments is scheduled to begin soon, there's actually a phased implementation plan based on several factors, including your Social Security number and the type of benefits you receive. Some beneficiaries might see their payments as early as next month, while others might need to wait a bit longer. But here's something important you need to understand about the timing. It's not just about when you'll receive the money, it's also about when you need to take action to ensure you qualify. There are deadlines approaching that, if missed, could delay your payments or even affect your eligibility. And unlike previous stimulus programs, these deadlines are much stricter with fewer opportunities for retroactive payments. Now, let me address something that's been causing some confusion: the relationship between these new payments and your existing benefits. Some viewers have expressed concern that accepting these new payments might affect their current benefit levels or Medicare coverage. Let me put those fears to rest. These payments are specifically designed to supplement, not replace or reduce, your existing benefits. In fact, they're structured in a way that won't count as income for purposes of determining other benefit eligibility. But here's where things get a bit complex, and why you'll want to pay close attention to the next part. The way these payments interact with other government benefits and tax obligations isn't straightforward. There are specific rules about how these payments might affect things like rental assistance, SNAP benefits, and other forms of government aid. Understanding these interactions is crucial to maximizing your overall benefit package. Let's talk about something that's often overlooked but incredibly important: the documentation you might need to have ready. While the government will use existing information for many recipients, there are situations where additional documentation might be required. Having these documents prepared in advance can mean the difference between receiving your payments on time or facing frustrating delays. I want to share a quick story that illustrates why this is so important. One of our viewers, let's call her Margaret, initially thought she wouldn't qualify for these new benefits because of some part-time income she earns. However, after learning about the specific income exclusions we discussed earlier, she discovered she was actually well within the eligibility threshold. She's now set to receive both the $1,400 payment and the monthly boost, which will make a significant difference in her ability to manage her healthcare costs. Now, let's address some common questions I've been seeing in the comments. Many of you have asked about the tax implications of these payments, and it's an important consideration. The good news is that these payments are structured similarly to previous stimulus payments, which means they're not typically considered taxable income. However, there are some nuances to this that could affect your overall tax situation, especially if you have other sources of income. Here's something fascinating that many people don't realize: there's actually a compounding benefit to these payments for many recipients. The $200 monthly boost isn't just about the immediate help it provides, it can also positively affect future benefit calculations and cost of living adjustments. This means the long-term value of these payments could be even greater than the immediate financial relief they provide. We're also seeing some interesting developments at the state level that could affect how these benefits are implemented. Some states are considering or have already implemented supplemental programs that could provide additional support on top of these federal benefits. This is why it's so important to stay informed about both federal and state-level developments. As we start wrapping up, let me emphasize a few key points that you absolutely need to remember. First, don't assume you don't qualify without thoroughly checking the eligibility requirements. Many people who think they won't qualify actually do. Second, be proactive about gathering any necessary documentation and meeting upcoming deadlines. And third, stay informed about any changes or updates to these programs, as the details are still evolving. Before I close, I want to address something that's been coming up frequently in my community: the importance of protecting yourself from scams related to these benefits. Unfortunately, whenever new government programs are announced, scammers try to take advantage of the situation. Remember, Legitimate communications about these benefits will come through official channels, and you should never have to pay a fee to receive these payments. Let me tell you why this information is so crucial right now. We're seeing unprecedented levels of economic uncertainty, and these benefits could provide a vital lifeline for millions of Americans. The decisions you make now about these benefits could impact your financial stability for months or even years to come. That's why it's so important to stay informed and take action when necessary. As we come to the end of this video, I want to hear from you. How will these additional payments affect your financial situation? Are you planning to use them for specific expenses or save them for emergencies? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your experiences and insights could help other viewers in similar situations. Remember to hit that like button if you found this information helpful, and don't forget to subscribe to stay updated on all the latest developments regarding these benefits and other important financial updates. I'm constantly monitoring these programs and will bring you new information as soon as it becomes available. Until next time, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next video.